Hello, welcome to Sanna Mix. I'm Sanna. Thank you so much for clicking onto this video and welcome back if you've seen any of my previous videos. In today's video we will start decorating by the shops. In my previous video I said something along the lines of giving a tour of all of the terraforming. But the thing is that I haven't been able to play that much and I haven't really done any terraforming. What I've done is that I have moved the shops so that they are in their right spots and gotten a few items from a treasure island. I began with placing some paths. I will write a design code for it in the description below. But it is the same path that I used for my island entrance. And this will be one of a few paths that I will be using for Nixoria. I just have to apologize. I have a cold, so my voiceover might be a bit shaky in this video. I hope it doesn't bother you too much. I haven't really gotten a plan for these areas yet, so I'm kind of conservative with the placement of these paths. I want to have lots of space to plant flowers, weeds and glowing moss. But at the same time I want to make some sort of pathing before I place all of the items. When planning where everything should go, I have a hard time visualizing my ideas. So for this video I will mostly focus on what's going in front of the shops, especially by Able Sisters, and not so much of what should go beside or in the back. That will have to be a separate video. Once again, I do not obtain every piece of furniture that I want for this island, so I'm just going forward with what I have at the moment. When it comes to furniture items, I just love the medieval building side, and all of the castle items as well. So I really wanted to use them for the tailors, and with the darker colors I think it will look perfect with the aesthetic of this island. Here you can see that I messed up the path. It did not align with the arch, so I had to redo some of it. It is not perfect, but I think it looks decent. I am so impressed by all the creators that make these spectacular builds, and most of the time they're using items in a way they're not really supposed to, and makes amazing illusions of whatever they're building. Like, who knew that the purpose of an umbrella could be so much more? I've seen them being used with custom designs that makes it look like something totally different. I could never come up with that. One thing I do know is at least to plant a fruit beside a tree that isn't fully grown to prevent it from growing. That is the one little trick that I will always remember. One big achievement in this video is that Nook's Cranny is finally under construction for the upgraded store. Now I've changed up the pathing. For this lower tier I wanted it to be more darker and foresty, as it's kind of far from the plaza. When it is this low, it allows for the environment to be more green and almost swamp looking. I have a feeling that it could bring just the right vibes to this island, but I don't want it to be entirely forest swamp looking. I have to make room for the magical and mystical that makes sense on a fairy core island, since that's actually what I'm going for. When placing the items, I just wing it. I have no measurements for anything, and I don't really know exactly what items I want. Sometimes, while decorating, I get more ideas for different items or even ideas for other places on the island. So I will probably redo some of these builds later on if I'm not happy with how it looks, or even if I get another idea. This also makes it difficult for me to focus on one place at a time, so most of the time I'm getting materials and items not only to one specific area, but multiple, and that can actually be quite overwhelming sometimes, and I guess that's even what have made me not finishing islands before, leading me into this well-known Animal Crossing burnout. But this time around, I will do my very best to focus on one thing at a time and really commit to and finishing Nyxoria. Just commenting on the decorating going on here, I am absolutely putting up some vines on the cliffs. I can't stress this enough, but vines on the cliffs makes such a difference to the whole area. Even though this island is foresty and magical and fairy, I want to make it seem like it's lived in. And I think it brings a whole lot just by placing a counter and some random items around the shops, just to give a little glimpse of what's inside maybe. So here we have a register and a mage hat, to show that this is in fact a shop for clothing. The mage hat helps with the aesthetic. It wouldn't have been the same if there was a sports cap or sneakers. And here we can see that I've managed to sneak a little bit of the Zelda universe into this build as well. This little bottled fairy just had to be used, even though it has nothing to do with clothes. Or maybe, since the Great Fairy can enhance your armor in the Breath of the Wild era of Zelda games, it fits perfectly by the tailors. I didn't actually think of this while decorating, but I'm glad I made that connection now. Now it is time for some flowers and glowing moss. I haven't actually bred these flowers myself. I picked them at the Treasure Island. I can't believe I intended to play this game without cheating, if you consider Treasure Islands cheating, that is. Because, what was I thinking? Of course I would go to Treasure Islands so that I could actually get what I want for this island. This series isn't even a let's play or playthrough. It's just me talking and decorating my island. At the topic of decorating, I always love using trees. This time around I will have a good amount of trees, both regular ones and cedar trees, to make this island lush. As of right now I do not have many trees, but this island will be like a huge forest at the end. That's pretty much the only thing I'm sure of when it comes to planning out my whole island. That and the use of glowing moss, vines and dark colors, of course. For this area, I am not quite sure how it will end up looking. As you will see, the space in front of Nook's Cranny will not be as decorated as the tailors. At the moment I am out of items and I haven't really figured out what I want to make out of this yet. So right now some parting and a couple of items will have to do. I will most definitely come back to this area in a later video and finish decorating here as well. One thing that I made use of was some star fragments that I got from another day of playing when there was a meteor shower. I almost forgot I had these star fragments, but I'm glad I didn't, because they're purple and add a little bit of magic to this place. Something that I didn't learn until quite late in this game was that you can place dropped items on top of these pillars and other furniture as well, just by standing right beside them and drop whatever you want to place up there. Even though I did not decorate as much in this area, I still feel like it's getting somewhere. I really enjoyed making this kind of style, so I'm very excited to continue to decorate this island, and especially since finding out that the glowing moss looks so great. I can't believe I haven't used it in any of my previous islands. So here we have Nook's Cranny at the moment. It's not much, but it's definitely showing what I'm going for. I really love the giant vine in this little area. I will probably use a lot of those around the island. And last but not least, Able Sisters. I am really happy with how this turned out. It's a rather small area, but it has a bunch of items and it looks so good with the medieval building sides. I am so glad I used them. This will have to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching till the end. And if you enjoyed this, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. In the next video, we will continue to decorate, finishing up these areas, plus decorating around the museum as well. See you in the next video. Bye bye!